So meditation is definitely something that requires practice. But just because it requires practice doesn't mean that it should be difficult or frustrating. Now, unfortunately, the way that most people learn meditation is to sit down, close your eyes, and try your best to think about nothing. And of course, that already sets you up to be in a battle with your own mind. And so that's why I want to share a very easy, very simple, but very powerful and very BS free meditation technique that actually works in harmony with the way that your mind and your body naturally work. This way, you're not fighting against yourself. So if you have been battling the monkey mind, give this a try. See how it works for you. Now, this meditation technique is split into four main stages. You have the preparation, the pre-meditation, the active meditation, and then the reflection stage. So let's begin with the preparation stage. Now, a lot of these things may seem somewhat obvious, but on a deeper level, you are sending a subconscious message to yourself to allow yourself to reach deeper stages of relaxation. So that's why all of these things are very important. So the first thing you want to do, and again, it may seem obvious, but you want to find a place that's comfortable where you will not be bothered. So on a subconscious level, you're already sending yourself these signals that it's time to wind down, it's time to relax. And the fact that you know you're in a place where you're not going to be bothered, that allows you on a subconscious level to kind of let your guard down. And again, to reach these deeper levels of relaxation. Now, the next thing you want to do is begin setting the audio stage. Now, sound can play a very important role in reaching deeper levels of meditation. So when it comes to setting this audio stage, you want a sound that is very simple, very constant, and as low stimulation as possible. So it doesn't even have to be music. Some people can meditate to a simple house fan. But if you do choose to meditate to music, again, you want it to be as simple as possible. You also want it to loop fairly frequently, and for those loops to, again, be as simple as possible. And this is where you get to the real difference between true meditation music and relaxation music. There's a lot of meditation music out there that is really more for relaxation. So once the sound stage is set, then you want to set yourself a timer. And just like finding a place that you're not going to be bothered, setting that timer sends a very important signal to your subconscious mind. Until that timer goes off, you don't have to worry about anything except for going within. So now let's move on to the second phase, which is the pre-meditation phase. And this phase is all about deepening your level of relaxation before you get to the point of reaching active meditation. If you lower yourself down slowly, rather than just sitting there and expecting yourself to meditate, you're going to reach those deeper levels of meditation a whole lot easier. So the first thing you want to do is check your posture. You want to keep your spine as straight as possible. And you want to be in a position where you can be comfortable, but ideally not move. So you may see all these pictures online of people meditating with their legs all folded up different ways. If you can't do that comfortably, do not attempt to do that. Just make sure you are as comfortable as possible. Now, once you're comfortable, then you're going to do a very quick but very effective breathwork technique. It's called box breathing. Now, if you haven't heard of box breathing before, again, it's very easy and you'll feel a difference right away. So how it works is you want to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for, again, 4 seconds. And then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. And then pause for 4 seconds. Now you're going to do 4 counts of that box breathing technique. And again, by the time you've reached that 4th cycle, you will feel a difference. And what this is doing is it is naturally centering you in the present moment, and it is also naturally releasing any stress hormones that are in your body. So again, we are working in harmony with your body, getting you ready for meditation, rather than just pushing you there. The next part is a very important step. So what you're going to do is keep your head as level as possible. You're going to find some spot on your wall, a very small detail, as small as comfortable for you. And what you're going to do is softly gaze at that spot. You're going to softly gaze at it in a way that allows everything else around it to blur out. And you're going to do that for a count of 30 seconds. Now, it's very important. From here on out, you don't want to count upwards. You always want to count downwards. So you're going to count down from 30, and when you reach the end, then you will allow yourself to close your eyes. Now, the reason this is so important is because the visual part of your brain and the audio part of your brain are some of the most active parts of your mind. So earlier on, we set the sound stage, and that sound has already been going for a while, allowing that audio part of your brain to relax. And now, after doing this visual gazing technique, we've allowed the visual part of your brain to also relax. Again, that theme comes up where you are telling yourself that everything on the outside is taken care of. So now you have that permission from yourself to turn your attention inwards. So now that brings us to the third stage of active meditation. And during this stage, you ideally want to do as least consciously as possible. But there are a couple things that you are going to want to do. So the first is to fix your eyes to a certain position. So the two positions that I would suggest are either the center of the forehead or just in front of the tip of your nose. Now, by holding your eyes in this position, you do two things. The first is that you're allowing yourself to go even deeper within. And the second is that you're giving your mind a quiet job to keep it busy. And ultimately, that will help in reducing the monkey mind from coming around as you're trying to reach these deeper levels of meditation. Now, if you are a beginner and the monkey mind does come around, please do not get discouraged, and definitely do not fight it. Don't try to push the thoughts away. The idea is to become the observer, step back from those thoughts. So one way you can think about it is like a shopping mall. Now, most shopping malls are basically long hallways. You have shops on one side, you have shops on the other side, and then down the middle, you have a bunch of kiosks and vending machines and places to sit, etc., etc. Now, at some of those kiosks, you have very, very pushy salespeople who really want to get your attention. And if you give them your attention, even to object them, well, guess what? They've captured you, and they're going to try their best to sell you. And even if you don't buy anything, you've lost that time. So the best thing to do with those people is to just keep walking. And that's exactly what you want to do with the monkey mind. If it's something that really is important, just tell yourself, I'll get back to that later. And then keep moving. Now, again, if you try to fight it, it will fight back. And you'll spend your entire meditation session trying to fight the thoughts away. 9 times out of 10, it will pass by. And if you really find yourself with a wandering mind, another thing that you can do is count yourself down from 5. And again, that importance of counting downwards. So count down, and when you reach 1, allow yourself to just stay in that zone. Now, one other thing that's very important to remember when you're in this third stage of active meditation, especially if you're a beginner, is that just the practice of noticing yourself, noticing these thoughts, that alone is a win, because that alone shows that you have stepped back into that role of being the observer. So definitely keep that in mind as well, because you may be doing better than you think you're doing. So now we get to the final stage, which is reflection. And that's exactly what it sounds like. Reflection is all about allowing yourself to finally re-engage with your thoughts, allowing yourself to process anything that came up during your meditation. Now, this is especially important as you reach those deeper levels of meditation, because the deeper you go, the more things will come to the surface. And the deeper you go, the more things that are deep within your subconscious will finally get put into the light. It really gives yourself a chance to heal yourself and work on things that you may not have thought of otherwise. I also find that by setting aside those couple minutes to do this reflection, the monkey mind becomes a little less annoying, a little less pushy during that active meditation session, because it already knows that it will get the attention it wants once that inward meditation is finally finished. So that is a very simple but very effective and very powerful meditation technique. Hopefully you gain a lot from it. And again, it is useful regardless of your skill level. And the best part about it is you're not going to spend your entire meditation session fighting with your own mind. Instead, this technique, especially within the first 2 stages of it, are really designed to work in harmony with your body. It's designed to send those messages to yourself that everything on the outside is taken care of, so it is safe to now go deep within. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your valuable time. Give this technique a try. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed if you're not already, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.